Hello and welcome to the Driving Maul Blues v Lions preview. And yes, I'm going to try landscape today and see how that goes. I'm Paul, the guy behind Driving Maul, and I will be at the game on Wednesday. So if you're going to be there, please do say hi. And you'll see I'll be in my Blues jersey. Even though I am English and a Lions supporter, I'll be back in my red jersey for the other games. Feel free to put comments during the show or afterwards through the Twitter or YouTube. I'm always up for a good old rugby chat. So the Blues have just announced their side. I wasn't expecting this to happen, but it does. They announced it just under an hour ago, and it looks like a pretty first choice side. So in the front row, we have Tuafasi, Parsons, and Charlie Fulmina. Second row, Cowley, Tuatoti and Scrafton, and then Akiri Awani, Gibson and Luatua in the back row. So for those of you from the UK who are watching this, who are they? So we've got a mixture of some guys who are All Blacks. People like Charlie will perhaps be in sort of starting at 23, and then we have some other fringe ones who, I mean, Parsons has been called up to the squad before. Luatua has been in the side, but not for a couple of years. But there is talk of him playing his way back into it. So we are looking at a side here, at a scrum, that does, whilst it's not stacked with first choice All Blacks by any stretch of the imagination, as we'll see when we come to the Crusaders at the weekend, we're still looking at a quality pack that will challenge the Lions, especially around the park. I mean, Akiri Awani was playing sevens last year and went to the Olympics, which gives you kind of an idea as to how mobile and what kind of hands this pack is going to have. Coming into the backs, some interesting choices. We have Pulu at scrum half. Purifeta is at number 10. We have Rieko Awani out on the left wing. Sonny Bill Williams or Fia Ane in the inside centre or second 5'8". Now Sonny Bill Williams is carrying an injury, so that's is probably why there's been two names there. George Moala outside centre, Matt Duffy on the other wing, and Michael Collins at fullback. Now this is a set of backs that, if they click, really can be quite devastating. Moala, obviously Sonny Bill Williams, Moala, Iwani, all capped All Blacks. Pulu is from the sevens side, went to the Olympics as well, so he is a live wire, passing a little bit questionable at times. Duffy is a convert from rugby league who really has come on this season and has been scoring quite a few tries. Some people have been talking about him as a possible bolter for the All Blacks squad, but I very much doubt it. The depth is just too deep, but he is definitely a solid player, and Collins at the back is a steady hand at fullback. The big question mark here is Purifeta, who is sort of perhaps third or fourth choice fly half for the Blues. West must be injured. We've got Francis has gone away to play with England, to tour Argentina, and Gatland, who has been in and around the squad, also was playing for the Provincial Barbarians last weekend. So he is going to be really the big question mark in that backs side that, say, otherwise you've got an All Blacks midfield and Rieko also out wide there. So it's a strong side with international experience, perhaps not as many as we see in some of the other later on in some of the other teams, but still a quality opposition. Now the Blues are bottom of the New Zealand Conference. And basically the reason for that is they're not as clinical as the other teams. They can quite happily dominate possession. They're happy with ball in hand. Their kicking game, well, we'll have to see how that is, because obviously we have a new guy at 10, or an inexperienced guy at 10, to see how he takes with the atmosphere is going to be electric for this one. So they will have plenty of ball. They can cut through sides. We know Sonny Bill Williams can break the line and offload nicely. Moala has scored some lovely tries in blue and in black, and Rieko Iwani has got some serious gas and feet. So this is a back division that, if given front football, if given some broken field, if they see some mismatches, they will cut up. But they don't always spot these. They have too many basic errors to be as clinical as some of the other sides. But there will still be a stern test. If we switch over to the Lions, I haven't seen a Lions selection yet, so I don't know who is going to be picked. But you would expect to see that the majority of the players that missed out last weekend will get a go this weekend. Gatland said that everyone will get a go in the first 3 games, and I would expect the majority to get a go in the first 2 games. The reason it's 3 is that they've got 6 centres, and obviously there are only 2 centre positions. 6 centres and 7 outside backs for only, I say, 2 centre positions, 3 outside backs, plus 1 place on the bench. So getting everyone game time amongst that crowd is going to take some time. But otherwise, we should be seeing anyone who was rested, who didn't play last weekend, will probably play this weekend, which is going to be kind of interesting, because you're talking about the people who were in the finals of the European, of the Pro 12 of your Premiership, but also obviously Courtney Laws, perhaps from Saints, who was in the playoff there. So the Lions will have a very different squad to last week. They'll have had more time to recuperate, and they have been off to Waitangi and been doing events. Tomorrow they're doing a Meet the Lions from 2 till 4 down at the Wharf, for example. So it's not all training, it's not all recuperation. They have got their tour commitments to do. But we should see a much more energetic side from the Lions. How to call this one? I'm finding this one extremely difficult to call. And perhaps that is because of the amount of negativity that has been around that Lions performance. They got the win, which is the important piece. So actually I think I'm probably going to go Lions by 5 for this game. But it should be an absolute cracker. As I say, I'll be in my Blues jersey, supporting my local team for this one. All the others, I'll be in my red jersey. So do give this a like or a share if you've enjoyed it. Give it the old thumbs up on YouTube as well, please. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. Link above in Twitter, down below in YouTube. And as I say, do make some comments. I'm always up for a good old rugby chat. So that's what it's going to be like. I'll be back tomorrow with a weather watch as we get closer to the game and we understand what the weather is going to be like. I'm also going to be recording with the More Lever podcast, giving them a New Zealand view. So check out them. And obviously there is a Super Rugby game going on this weekend. So tomorrow I'll be giving you my Super Rugby predictions. So lots of videos, lots of content coming out. Do follow me on Twitter to get all of those and obviously on the old email list. Thank you very much. Catch you all tomorrow, and do let me know your thoughts on how the tour is going.